Alright, hi. Sorry if I'm using my laptop's webcam because I don't know why. This thing is failing me as much as possible it could do. Anyway, so after we landed in Japan, I was very excited. I wanted to film almost every step I have performed or every step I have taken. Too bad, this thing is corrupting everything I own. So there was not much clip that was saved, but let me give you into all that what happened and the entire story. So we landed, we did all some checkups and the security, and of course you cannot record in the security, so we just recorded it. But my gosh, I wish I could have recorded. You know what happened? One of the security girls was literally like one of the, you could say she's beautiful. She's beautiful, and she's probably in her 30s. I don't know, but she is very beautiful, and you could see her. She's like the person who is in the mangas. You could every day see it. Oh my gosh, I wish I could have pictured her. But yeah, of course, I snapped myself back to reality. Also, I forgot to mention that when we were in the plane, I wanted to do some Rubik's Cube because I was a little bit bored. So there was some sort of USB port in the chair. So I attached my own light bulb of some sort. I'll show you. Hold on, what was that? I think it's here somewhere. This was for the bag, by the way. This is where my laptop was getting. I'm gonna fix it later. This kind of light bulb was in my bag. I wanted to actually, have a light. So that was actually useful. This one turned on, and I was doing Rubik's Cube. Though I know that there is a light on the top of the airplane where you can just turn it on. But I don't know, it's too bright that could annoy the neighbors. So I decided for a much more simple light bulb. Though after a few minutes, one of the flight stewardess went for me what? Something like that. She kinda gave me the warning effect. But she's like, hey, stop, or something like that. Though she didn't say that, she said something what? And she gave a good how many seconds of staring, and she's like, oh, and she just discovered or found out that it was just a light bulb, nothing dangerous. She's like, oh, nice. Of course, she's Japanese. She can barely speak English, so yeah. But I was just there like. Yeah, sorry, I don't understand much. But anyway, that was something. But at least that was the first interaction with Japanese people. Anyways, what else could I say? We arrived at the airport, and of course I wanted to picture everything, but after the security, we went in. We were trying to find a lounge, but we just found out that in Japan, there's not much lounges, and we tried to find some help, so we asked some sort of there's a help center, there's a computerized, that thing could even barely speak proper English, so we were also having our own problem, trying our best to find a way, but in the end, we found a chair. It was there, and so we sat down, and after that, we did nothing, and surprisingly, we connected to their Wi-Fi. There is free Wi-Fi in the airport, and I thought it was going to be some sort of slow because there's a lot of people that are using it, but it's actually not. It's pretty strong, decently. That's the first time I've seen a strong Wi-Fi like that. So anyway, all I've been doing for the few minutes or hours, I was just reading a manga. I'll show you the manga later on. But then later on, I kind of became sleepy because I haven't slept the entire trip and flight, so I ended up sleeping. But just an hour of sleep, I woke up and was fully regenerated. I don't know why 1 hour was good enough for me. So we woke up, Mom and Dad decided to change position, find another chair that was closer to the boarding area. And so we decided to change seats, and we found one at the very corner near the boarding area. It was just the same thing, but this time, there's no difference. So, yeah. And then after that, a few minutes later, Mom and Dad decided to go out somewhere and buy lunch. Now, how do I say this? Those moments, I was sort of just sitting, reading manga. I'll show you what I read again, or what I was actually just, and I also trying to fix my own bugged phone. I don't know, I'm gonna try to fix this later. Probably reformat this later. And at that point already, my brother's pretty sleepy, so they also ended up collapsing, and I'm just the one standing put to just look. Minutes later, my mom and dad came back, and they brought lunch. You know what kind of lunch they brought? You want to know what lunch they brought? They brought lunch, how do we call that? My friend said it's rice and curry, something like that. It's just basically a rice with some sort of sauce, and there's pepper in the rice, or garlic, I don't know. And that's already the meal. And it costs 80 pesos if it was in the Philippines. It costs more than that. So I'm really surprised how that even is a meal, because in the Philippines, I don't think I've seen one like that. And I also do have the tendency to sometimes eat a meal with rice and only as some sort of sauce and gravy, which my mom really hates about it because it's malnutritious, and yes, she has a point, it's not healthy. But sometimes I have to eat, and I have nothing to eat, so that's what I eat. So when I was eating this, I was like, wow, it's actually so very good. I don't know if you like it, but it's very good to my opinion. Although they added a little bit of mushroom into this sauce, so at least there's something in it other than just sauce. So yeah, I was really surprised how that tasted. It was pretty good. And after that, I sat it down in the chair again, did whatever I do, mostly trying to fix this. I wanted to turn on my laptop, but I don't know, I didn't feel like the safety of actually opening my laptop in public, so no. So I was just trying to fix this manually via my phone. I could have just reformatted using my PC, but yeah, that's an issue. Then later on, my dad was saying you should refill our waters because he bought a bunch of water. Fun fact as well, in the airport security, you could not bring any liquid exceeding 500 milliliters. Something like that. You are not allowed to go that. If it was check-in by luggage, I guess that could pass. So you're forced to throw that thing away. That's why when we arrived to Japan, we had no water. So my dad had to buy whatever store he could find to buy water. Now we have these water bottles, and so I was told to refill it. He said that there is a water refilling station, a good, how do we say this, 300 meters away. And so me and David walked to refill it. But then half the way, I already forgot that I did not wear a mask. And you know, Japan is really strict on regards of safetyness. They really need you to wear a mask. It's not like in America where no one gives a fuck if you did wear a mask or not. So I ran, hoping no one saw me, although some did, but they didn't really care because they were also in a hurry, like a good 5 people. And so I made it, and my mom's like, yeah, you forgot your mask. And I'm like, oh, she knows. Anyways, I went back, we found a water fountain. It actually looks like a big fountain, so it was like my school, but with a bigger version. And there were a bunch of symbols and letters. I have no idea what those are. So I just pressed the one with a logo or an icon of some sort of refilling water, and it worked, thankfully. After that, I went back, we turned, and of course there's those escalators that goes just sideways, or like go straight on the floor. I wanted to walk, but David decided to, you know, walk, or like, how do you say that? He decided to just walk it out there. He's walking the escalator.
God damn it. Did you break your shoe?
So, yeah, I tried my best to walk fast, but in the end, of course, you cannot beat technology. But anyways, after that, we just relocated to the boarding place already, where there's a bunch of people sitting. Actually, when we arrived there was nobody, except this one father and a kid. So it was only the 2 families there sitting, and no one was in the boarding area. But then hours later, people started to appear. And also, before that happened, I actually wanted to charge my laptop, so I did. I actually charged it in the nearest outlet I could ever find. Now, hopefully, mom and dad did not notice, but I think they did end up noticing it. And then after that, after a few waiting, we have now arrived at the boarding. Now there's a problem, diba? I wanted to bring my laptop to the airplane, but that's the problem. How am I this time going to pull this off without them knowing that I am trying to bring mine? And that's where the problem starts. I tried my best to, but this time I failed. I did not get it out of the bag before they could even notice. So I ended up placing the bag with my laptop also with it into the, how do you call that, luggage area on the top. I was very anxious. I was trying my best, like, okay, maybe there's a chance. So I tried to get up, pick it, but then my dad notices it, and he said, okay, you want your laptop? Okay, I'll get it. So he got it, and yeah, it went well. Thank you, Dad.
I will not touch that.